Shalom.
Shalom.
We are the brothers of Great Millstone Charlotte coming at you with another live lesson through the grace, power, and mercy of Yahweh Bashem Shai. Before we get started with this lesson, as always, we want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors be unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that do rule well. Peace, blessings, and mercy be unto the house of David, Habayaf Dawadah, hopeful elect. Unto you all I say shalom. Excuse me, unto you all we say shalom. Alright, this is the brother I taught, the Uncle Bar, with me. And as you see on the title of this lesson, alright, response, breaking news, Trump assassination attempt. Alright, there has been a second assassination attempt, alright, on the life of ex-President Donald Trump. Alright, and as we see, this is going to be used as another fanner, right, to stoke the flames of civil unrest, civil war. All right, and we're gonna go into some precepts just to add some understanding, to what's going on, because as we were told to, right, to watch as well as pray. All right, exhortation to you brothers and sisters to continue to pray, right, continue to reform your ways, repent, all right, and continue to endure unto the very end so that we may be saved. All right, because the end is near. All right. Matter of fact, can we start with that first? Romans 13 and 11. Look, we're coming up at the end of this thing, man. All right. There's a lot of things that are coming up that are trying to that are marking the end of this society. All right.
It's Book of Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Right, now it is high time to awake out of sleep. You see what's going on, right? You see the problems that are increasing in America, Babylon the Great, are not lightening, but they're intensifying, right? As the brother Quanawalt oftentimes quotes Ezekiel, the 7th chapter, the 5th verse, evils and only evils, right? Ezekiel 7 and 6.
Okay. And then knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
Right, now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. So if our salvation is nearer than when we believe, we have to take understanding that the hour of temptation is nearer than when we believe. The hour of testing is nearer than when we believe. Civil unrest is nearer than when we believe. Right? Sedition is nearer than when we believe. All right? And these events that we're seeing take place in the earth are indicative of such. Okay? Get that 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Because through the Holy Spirit, we've received what? The unction to know all things. We've been given that spiritual foresight, the eye salve, right? Pursuant to Revelations 3 and 18. All right?
God. It's the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Right. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us. Who is Satan? Right? When you go into the Hebrew, the word Satan is Shatan, which means adversary, okay? And the one that is our adversary is Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white race, right? Who is the physical embodiment, physical counterpart to the spiritual demon Satan, right? And him being our adversary, right? There are things that he's setting up in the earth right now to try and come against the saints of Yahweh Bashem Shai, to come against the remnant, to come against the seed of Israel, to do away with us. Right, and these events, these psyops, are being served as purpose to have that reason to come down with great wrath.
God, reading this in the NLT, it says, "So that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes." Mm-hmm. Because we're seeing Esau go to the same playbook, man. Right? They will often use assassinations or assassination attempts to stoke the flames of civil unrest, right, of division, right, because they want to do what? Regain more control, gain more access into the lives of the people. They want to gain the ability to control everything from the smallest levels, man. Right. Yep. So what we're seeing now is these assassination attempts take place with the heightened political tensions already. We're going to start to see. Let's say Donald Trump does get killed, man, right? That's going to be complete and total chaos, man, right? We're going to see sedition at all-time levels, man, because they're already quoting that they won't stand for Kamala as president,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that division is already there. They just need that spark to hit that powder, man.
That's right. Yep. Let me read this right quick. Isaiah chapter 25 and 7, it says, "And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering." So, brother, can you hear that? This dude Satan is trying to fuck with this dream. Yeah, it's ridiculous. This is Isaiah 25 and 7. It said, "And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations." Right. So when you go into the meaning of mountains in the scriptures, mountains are representative of governments. Okay, and this government, right, this existing hegemony is being ran by Esau Edom. Okay, and that covering cast is his deception. All right. And Esau is being exposed for being the son of perdition, the adversary to existence itself. Okay? And what we're seeing more and more is as the brother Kornilov said, Esau goes with the same playbook every single time. And what we have to understand is that, look, he's pretty much getting backed into a corner. I believe you read that in the in second Thessalonians, correct?
God.
If you grab that right quick. Because that's what's happening. Esau is being backed into a corner where he's just, look, he's at his wit's end.
Oh, no, that was Revelation 13:11.
Revelation 13:11, grab that right quick. Matter of fact, I'll read it. You can speak on it. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 11. It says...
No, this was Slovakia.
What was it, 12 and 12? Revelation 12 and 12?
Was,
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. It reads, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." Let's just find out. We're just gonna have to keep an eye on the tab with me.
God. Read again.
God. Revelation chapter 12 and 12, it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time."
Right. So as the brother may mention, this devil is moving in a manner of somebody who's desperate, man. Desperate times call for desperate measures. So they're making all these moves because they know that they're at their wits' end, man. Now, when you read this in the biblical commentary, it reads Satan's power, which you understand Esau being the physical manifestation of Satan. It says Satan's power is real and terrifying, but not because he is triumphant, but because he knows he is beaten and has a short time left. He is like a wounded, cornered animal that fights ferociously. So all these draconian measures, as we have, you go into Revelation 13 and 11, the draconian laws, the lack of empathy, right? The violence that they're going to have towards the people. These things are going to take place because he's doing his last stand, man. It's his last hoorah, right? It says Satan might give up his fight against the Most High and humanity made in the Most High's image, except for the fact that he is utterly depraved and probably insane in some way. Satan may have deceived even himself into thinking that he has a chance, right? So Esau is in the mindset of, we have a chance to fight against the Heavenly Father, man, right? They think they have a puncher's chance, but it's him who set up, that mind, man, right? The pride of thy hearts has deceived thee, right? Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, right? But what we're seeing is, the coming economic collapse, right? Them using Trump to stoke the flames of the insurrection, right? All these things are them setting in their final plots and schemes, in order to bring forth their new world agendas, man.
Come, real quick. Isaiah 10 and 1, it says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed." Right? So what we see is what Esau, Edom is trying to set about a means to have grounds to forward unrighteous decrees, right? But these problems that we're seeing, this chaos that we're seeing in the world, is attributed to him. These problems, the migration crisis, right? The economic instability, right? That's pointing toward a depression, right? We're seeing what the second assassination attempt on this guy Donald Trump. You know, so hey, it's as everything is perfectly falling in place to what an end. All right, this is the end of this system, man. All right, as we read before, Romans 13 and 11, our salvation is nearer than when we believe. These problems that we read of, brothers and sisters, are nearer as well. Okay, they're closer. You know, so we have to continue to be vigilant. All right, stay on our watch, continue to pray. All right, and be attentive to the word of Yahweh Shemel Shai being disseminated through the churches.
Right. The book of Tobit tells us to be circumspect in all things, man. Right? And you read Ephesians 5 and 15. It tells you to walk circumspectly because the days are evil, man. Right? Like the brother said, we see the migrant crisis. We see the assassination attempts. We see the school shootings. We see the lack of cash flow hitting the banks. Right? We're seeing all these things take place, which is ultimately leading to our salvation, man. But it's going to be hard times that come as a result of all those things taking place, man.
Mm-hmm. Right. And that's why the scriptures speak about in Ephesians, the 6th chapter, right? Having the whole armor of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Okay? Because we're about to start seeing those fiery darts pop off more and more. Remember, this is spiritual warfare. And our elders and apostles and bishops have told us from day one that the warfare will intensify into a physical warfare, where they're going to come against the church. They're going to come against the circumcision. They're going to label us. They're going to target us, right? And these events right here are being used as a ploy for a means to an end, right? To come against the remnant of her seed. Matter of fact, can we grab that in Revelation 12?
17.
Yep.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 17. And it reads, and the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed.
Right, the dragon was wroth with the woman, right? Esau, all right? And that woman being Israel, okay? You read it?
Which kept the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
Right, which have the testimony of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. And what is the testimony of Yahweh Shai? The spirit of prophecy, Revelation 19 and 10.
That's right.
Okay? So let's go ahead. Let's get into this article some. We'll get some additional precepts and then we'll close out. This is an article posted from Axios.com. All right. The title of this article is "We Live in Danger Times." Secret Service after the Trump apparent assassination attempt. It says a spokesperson for the U.S. Secret Service says Sunday that we live in danger times during a news conference after what appears to be an attempted assassination of former President Trump. It says why it matters. The Sunday incident at Trump's golf club in West Palm Beach, Florida is the second time in about 2 months that the former president has been targeted in what appears to be an attempt on his life. Okay. Jumping down. Let's see here. It says what they're saying. It says the threat level is high. Barrow said during Sunday's news conference, we live in danger times. The Secret Service came under intense scrutiny following the July assassination attempt against Trump during a Pennsylvania rally. So, you know, this is the second time that there's been an attempt on Trump's life, right? But, you know, each of these attempts have came after the debate.
Right.
And like you were saying, there's going to be a third one potentially, you know? So, hey, you know, we'll continue to watch and see what plays out, right? But 2 back-to-back former president assassination attempts is unheard of, right? This gives ground for legislation and unrighteous decrees to be forwarded for the quote-unquote protect the protection of the union, right?
Exactly. Let me get that second Ezra.
Come on, get that second Ezra.
This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 15, and starting in 14 in the Good News translation. it reads, "The world and the people in it are doomed."
Mm-hmm.
Right. So as the brother's talking about, evils and only evils. Right. And Ezekiel 5th chapter, man. Right. This is what we're about to see take place. And if that powder keg of civil war gets sparked, we're about to see things intensify at all-time rates, man. It says the war that will bring the destruction is very near. And part of that war is civil war, man. It is unrest, right? It is the sedition that we're going to see, man. Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. There will be great political turmoil, with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. So what we're seeing right now is people already plotting, right, to start a civil war, man, right? Win or loss, there's gonna be disgruntled people on both sides, man. So we're gonna see whether it be Kamala winning and Trump supporters start to riot, or Trump winning and Kamala supporters start to riot, man. It's gonna be a great division in the land, man. Even when it says nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations, each state is equivalent to its own country, man.
Yep.
The way America is, the size of these states are like small countries. So we're about to see all these FEMA zones, as the scriptures talk about. These areas become areas of separation from all these different civil war combatants, man.
That's right.
It says there will be great political turmoil, with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government.
Don't you see that taking place right now? Mm-hmm. Right? The political turmoil, right? The in-house fighting of Esau, right? And that's what's really bringing about, a lot of these problems is this in-house fighting, right? You read that in Mark the 3rd chapter, right? Satan divided against Satan, his house cannot stand. I'll be paraphrasing.
And we see examples, as what happened up there in Seattle, right, during the peak of the C-19, where they pretty much had built their own anti-establishment community, man. Mm-hmm. And they were going by their own rule of law. So they were ignoring the so-called legitimate government at that time, man.
Yep.
So we're going to see much more of that take place. Verse 17, there will no longer be free access to cities, because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live.
Right. Terror, confusion. Right? Let me grab something right quick to add to that confusion. Because the word of Yahweh Shema Shai is faithful and true, as you read in 2nd Ezra the 15th chapter, a few verses above. Right? Real quick. Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Right? So, your trust in this system, you Israelites out there, your allegiance to this system is going to cause you to be confused.
Exactly.
You're not going to understand what's happening because this system has portrayed itself as a system that will be everlasting. Right? The Book of Psalms tells us that their inward thought is that their houses shall continue, right?
So Isaiah 47, it said they haven't considered their latter end.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even think about the downfall of this kingdom, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? All they can see in their minds is prosperity, even though that rug is being pulled out from under them.
Right. And you Jakes are right there along with them, right? Let me grab that right quick. Hand joint in hand.
Exactly.
This is Proverbs chapter 11 and 21. It says, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. And that's what we're toiling for, right? In our service to Yahweh Shem Shai, right? Making our bodies a living sacrifice, continually repenting, continually reforming our ways, and our belief in this gospel, this good news, right? We pray that the Lord has mercy upon us and gives us the opportunity to be delivered through his grace and his power. Right? But as for those of our people that have chosen to side and have allegiance with this system, understand that it's not going to end well for you, man. The direction that this system is going into, as we clearly all see, is the end of the system, right? You got an article that came out about how most of the rulerships of the earth had a reign of about 250 years, right? So America, Babylon the Great, is on the cusp of that 250 years come 2026, right? And we're seeing the breakdown of the system that's been poorly managed.
Right. That's why they're pushing the Agenda 2030, and what's his name, Klaus Schwab, talking about we have to accelerate our plans.
Exactly.
Because they know that, as we read, they have a short time, man.
Yeah. Right, and they want it to be that. They want that to be the case, because the goal is what? To bottleneck the masses of the people into the NWO. Exactly. The goal is to replace the existing system, but as it goes, is that old Masonic term, right? Ordo ab chaos. They're bringing about chaos to enact order.
Exactly.
They're bringing about reason, legislation, unrighteous decrees, and problems in the earth, so that they have the grounds to say, look, the old order, we tried it didn't work out. There was corruption. There was all manner of things that were going on in the system that just didn't jive with what was best for the people. And I say that with air quotations, right? How about this? How about we create a new system where you own nothing and be happy, where you don't have to worry about having to work. You'll have UBI, Universal Basic Income, right? You'll have everything that you need, right? But these problems that we're seeing will continue to intensify. And one thing that you all have to note is that it's not going to be an easy transition for this devil. Right? Let's grab that right quick.
If I can read this for you real quick.
Okay.
This is off of an article entitled From Order ab chaos to Ordinarium Existis Liberté. It reads, the phrase order from chaos is loosely based on the Latin phrase order ab chaos, translated order out of chaos, or out of chaos comes order. This is often regarded as a means to impose totalitarian control over society, first by creating chaos through various forms of subterfuge, then using this as an excuse to institute order. So what we're seeing is that those forms of subterfuge being the economic downturn, right? The political unrest that's about to take place, because we're really coming into election season, man, right? We're seeing they have a BRICS meeting that's about to take place in October that will ultimately be the downfall of the U.S. dollar, and then whatever global tensions that are taking place. So all this order, right, all these things are being used as an excuse to institute their so-called order, man.
Yep. Real quick, Job 5 and verse 12 says he disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. What is the enterprise of this man? To enact that MOTB. Okay? That MOTB is of vital importance for him to fortify his order in the earth, right? But again, as it said in the latter, right? So that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, right? Because the Lord has set it up to where he's not going to be able to actually solidify himself in this order. The Lord is going to upend this order just when he thinks that he has actually, secured the order that he sought after, right? You see here right quick. This is Job chapter 20 and verse 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. All right? And as we're seeing, look, he's trying to reach the fullness of his sufficiency. He's trying to capture, the plan that he sought after, which is to have his birthright back.
Exactly.
Right? He's trying to establish a pseudo kingdom, under the guise of technology, right? Under the guise of a totalitarian system that's based upon a technocracy, right? That really just goes and reverts people into feudalism when you really go into it, right? But it said he will be in straits. So he's going to be faced with difficulty on all sides, on all fronts, okay? Because the Lord has lifted up Esau in these times, just as he lifted up Pharaoh in the past, for the intent and purpose to exalt the names of Yahweh Bashem Shai in the earth. Okay? Because it's seeming as though there's nothing to combat this devil from these plans. He's paid everybody off. He has the power and influence to enact all of these various legislations and problems in the earth. You know, people see it seems as though this nigga got it, right? But the Lord is gonna put him in a trick bag, you know, because really when that MOTB pops off, he's gonna go into hyperspeed, man.
Right.
You know, it says in the latter, it says every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Right, and when you go into that word wicked, it goes into workmen, right? Which is really you tribes. You've been disenfranchised for so long, right? The scriptures even talk about how Jake is going to come against Esau, right?
That young lion.
Mm-hmm. Go back to that second Ezra. What you guys on?
This is back in the second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 20. In the GNT, it's like in verse 19, it reads, driven by famine and terrible suffering, people will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions.
Hey, and there's going to be a lot of Jakes that's going to be coming against you fucking Edomites, man. Don't think that you're going to be safe in these days, man. Real quick, precept. Zechariah 9 and 13. When I have bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim, and raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man. Okay? So Judah, Ephraim, Judah being the head tribe of the southern kingdom, Ephraim being the head tribe of the northern kingdom, representing all 12 tribes, right, are going to be raised against the sons of Greece. Who are the Grecians? The Edomites.
Right.
Okay? And they're the ones that went from the Greco-Roman and have been revitalized and have been given the seat of authority in the earth once more in these times. So the Lord is preparing to raise up the tribes of Israel against these devils, man. Okay? And in these times that we're coming into, as the brother's reading in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, you better believe that that's going to be the case, man. Okay? Because these Edomites, they're pretty affluent. They have resources. They have things that Jake is going to need. Jake is going to want. Now, you're going to have Jake get their fucking neck blown off, right? Because, hey, the Lord is going to give the Assyrian a charge against that hypocritical nation. That we can't forget.
Right.
So what does that ultimately show forth at the end of the day? If the Lord is bending the bow of Judah and Ephraim against the Grecians, and the Lord is going to raise up the Assyrians against a hypocritical nation, that's race riots. That's race riots right there for you, man. Link in Zechariah 9 and 13, Isaiah 10, right? Let me get the verse right quick just to quote it. Isaiah 10 and 5, right? Through 6. Okay? The Lord is going to prepare those race riots, man. He's going to stir the spirits. And we see the stirring happening right now, especially after that debate. The topic of the migration crisis. Right? And the villainization of, the tribes.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, how far do you want me to go on that?
Keep going.
Yeah. So 2 15 and 20 in the Good News Translation, it reads, the Most High says, I'm calling together all the kings of the earth to come from north, south, east, and west.
That's pretty much it. Okay. So that's pretty much the lesson, unless you had anything else. Hey, so continue to watch, hey, we're getting closer and closer to the end, man. All right. Just keep an eye out for this upcoming week. You're going to have this be the topic of discussion. Going forward for this week, you also have the Federal Reserve meeting, right, where the discussion is going to be had as far as the course of action as far as the interest rates, Jerome Powell will present the decision of the Federal Reserve. Hey man, it's just going to be a lot of reports coming out. So, continue to watch, continue to pray, and Lord willing, you brothers and sisters will edify. You got anything else?
Hey, like the brother said, man, watch, pray. Pay attention to what's going on. Be circumspect. Stay tapped into global politics, domestic affairs. All facets, man. You gotta pay attention, right, so that you can understand and be prepared in the spirit. For when these things ultimately come crashing down, man.
Yep. God. Hey, well, Lord willing, again, this was an edifying lesson through the Holy Spirit. We're going to close giving all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKakodash. Double honors be unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us His truth and rule well. Peace, blessings, and mercy to the house of David. Habayaf Davud, to you all. We say Shalom.
Shalom.